Hey everyone, I hope you're ready for one of my most favorite lessons. One of my most favorite things to teach in sixth grade is rational numbers on a coordinate plane. So by the end of this lesson, you'll be able to plot any pair, any ordered pair on a coordinate plane. So let's go back in time a little bit. This should look very familiar to you. This is what you saw in previous grades where you go over and then up, correct? So you've got a good base. What I'm going to do now is extend these number lines into the negatives. We're now going into the negatives down and into the negatives to the left. So fun. So in your notes, let's label all of these new parts of your number line. And some of this should sound very, very, very familiar. This straight horizontal line is called the x-axis. Write that down. The long vertical up and down line is called the y-axis. So if you want to write y-axis, maybe draw an arrow to it. The origin, like you learned last year, is that point where we begin our plotting. That is called the origin. It's related to the word original. Original means like the very beginning, the very first one, right? And that's exactly where the beginning is of a coordinate plane, is right there at 0, 0. Okay? Now, this down here is called an ordered pair. It's in a specific order and it's a pair, right? You will always see two in an ordered pair, two numbers in an ordered pair. What are the two things you'll see? Well, the first number you will see is called the x coordinate. And the second number you'll see is called the y coordinate. They will always be in that order. The x coordinate first, then the y coordinate next. That is the order that you will see. And then we're going to talk about quadrants next lesson, but it goes quadrant 1, 2, 3, 4. And I'm thinking maybe I don't want you to write those in actually because we're going to be writing other stuff in there. So maybe just erase that and we'll talk about those next lesson. Okay, so what you want to remember, like I just said, the x coordinate is the first one, and that is the number that tells you where you will be on the x-axis. That first number tells you if you're going to go left or right from the origin. The second number is the y coordinate, and that number tells you if you are going to go up or down and how far up and how far down you will go. So that's why I kind of have the y looking big and tall, because the y coordinate tells you if you're going to up or down. I have the x coordinate really flat because the x coordinate tells you if you're going to go left or right to begin with. So here's kind of how I think of these x and y coordinates, this ordered pair. I like to think of it as like someone going to work and entering their work building. And they work in this big skyscraper where it goes up and it has a basement too. And it's this huge building. Okay. So what we always do is always start at the origin. And that first number tells us if we're going to go right or left. In this instance, since it's a 4, we're going to go right to the 4. That is where we are on the x-axis. Then the second number, I like to think of it as our elevator. The y coordinate is the elevator telling us if we're going to go up or down. And because this is a positive 2, we are going to go up 2 levels or 2 floors. So we head up and we have a point at at 4, 2. So in your notes, put a point right there and label it 4, 2. Okay, so the next one, we have this at 4, 2. The next ordered pair is negative 4, and -2. So now we still started the origin, but now instead of going to the right on the x-axis, we are going left. We're going into the negatives. So we're going to head this direction to -4. And then the second number, our elevator, our y-coordinate, tells us we're going to go to -2, which is down. So maybe we're going to like the parking terrace in the bottom, or maybe the basement somewhere. We're going down to -2, which will put us right at this point right here. Plot that and write -4, -2. Negative backwards, negative down. Okay, now in this instance, we have a positive number first and then a -2. So we'll enter the building and go to the right till we get to 4. And then our elevator is going to take us down to -2. And we are right here at +4, -2. See how this is working? And our last one is going to be a negative and then a positive. So that will be going left to -4 and then taking our elevator up 2 flights to -4 and +2. Cool, cool, cool. Okay, you're going to have lots of time to practice today and the next lesson. So don't worry. Here's my next question though. What happens when one of the coordinates is 0? For example, what if it's 0 for the x-coordinate and then 4 for the y-coordinate? Well, this is what I like to think about. If the first number is 0, that means that you're confused and you don't know, well, do I go right or do I go left? And so you just stay stuck in the middle at 0 for your x-axis, which is right here. Okay, but then we know the second number, the y-coordinate, tells us if we're going to go up or down, and that tells us that we should go up 4. So I'm going to have a point at 0, 4. If the first coordinate, if the first ordered number in the ordered pair is 0, that means you're just catching the elevator. If the second number is 0, that means you're not catching the elevator at all. You'll go -2, right? You'll go left 2. But this says, nope, don't take an elevator, just stay at -2. So, oh, I don't think we graphed those, did we? That's -2, 0. And yep, the other one was 0, 4. So that is how you get a number on either the x-axis or the y-axis. One of the numbers will be 0. If the y-coordinate is 0, that means it's on the x-axis. If the x-coordinate is 0, that means it's on the elevator. It's on the y-axis. All righty. So let's just do a couple quick practice ones before I let you practice on your own. -5, +1. So we're going to go over to -5, up to +1. That is -5, 1. And when you write ordered pairs, you would need to have the parentheses and you need to have the comma in between. Those are non-negotiables. You have to have those. So 2, -5 will be over 2 all the way down to -5, and you're at 2, -5. One more. Oh, we got another 0, 1. So again, if the first number is 0, that tells us if we're going to go right or left. But if there is a 0 there, we're not going right or left. We're going to just catch the elevator down to -5. So we're going to be right here at 0, -5. Cool, 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 huh? All right, my friends, that is how you plot any number on a number line. Now, we only did integers, but you know enough about rational numbers on a number line that if what a fraction or decimal pops up, you know between what two integers it is between. So have a great time practicing. See you next time.